So some teams are teams that apply pressure, and then there are other teams that feel the pressure. Ooh, welcome back to Chopping It Up with Love. I am your host, Love. Right now, I want to talk about some notable injuries going on in the NFL. It's been an influx of injuries. Oh my God, to key players around the NFL. A lot of these players have just received contract extensions or new contracts altogether, but yet they're going to be out indefinitely. Ooh, let's talk about it. So the one that everybody's talking about is Tua Tagovailoa. He's going to be out. They just put him on injured reserve, so that's at least 4 games of from a concussion. He sustained a concussion, and once again, it was in prime time, so we all witnessed it. And he had the same, similar reactions as he had last season, that we when we all witnessed that. So yeah, so he's going to be out for a while. So they do have Skylar Thompson. I think that's his name, Skylar Thompson, on deck. So he's going to be QB1. And then they also just recently signed Tyler Huntley, formerly of the Baltimore Ravens and the Cleveland Browns. So he's going to be QB2 to back up Skylar Thompson. So there's that on that. And I also heard that Cam Newton was there because Tyreek Hill posted something on Twitter about we have enough kids already or something. He said something silly. So yeah, so I guess everybody's trying out. I don't know what's going on in Miami, but I do know Tua is hurt again, and they thought he was going to retire, but he is not retiring. He said he will not retire, and that's that on that. So Skylar Thompson will start Sunday. Versus I don't know who they verse. I don't know who they play. So yeah, so Tua is going to be at least 4 games, and then they can, I guess they can extend it if they have to. I'm not sure, but prayers up to Tua, of course, as we always say, prayers up. And so Christian McCaffrey of the San Francisco 49ers. So he's been out. He hasn't played yet, and they said it was a calf, but the calves typically lead to Achilles. So he didn't play the first game. He said it was a calf. And then there was an uproar because they felt like, I think they're being investigated for holding out on information, the 49ers, and they probably did. And, in this world of betting and gambling and all that shit, you need to disclose everything because it affects a lot. So, but anyway, back to the Achilles. So now they're calling it Achilles tendonitis or something. I don't know. Bottom line is they don't want his Achilles to pop. So they sitting them and trying to nurse it back to health. So now he's out. He's on IR. He's out indefinitely. But also, it's like a repeat of last season when all 3 players were out. When it was McCaffrey, it was Debo, and it was Trent. But this year, it's McCaffrey, it's Debo, and it's... Damn, who else is it? McCaffrey, Debo... And it's another player. It's 3 players for the 49ers. I can't remember. God damn it. But anyway, so that, and Greenlaw's still out. He's still out too from last year. But it's 3 players for the 49ers. I think it's 3. Maybe it's just 2. But either way, so I'm wondering how Brock Purdy's going to do without his number 1. His number 1 is Christian McCaffrey, and his number 2 is Debo Samuels, but he does have Brandon Ayuk, and now's the time for him to feast since he got paid. He can feast, and put on a show, So yeah, he's out. So those 2 are out, and let me see. Keenan Allen is out with a heel. Jordan Addison has an ankle. So these are the ones. These are players who are out indefinitely, not necessarily on IR, but they don't know when they're coming back. Kenneth Walker has an oblique. I wonder how that happened. Russell Wilson, calf. So, and they have Justin Fields is QB1 at the moment. And he's been playing pretty good. But Russell's been nursing that calf, since preseason. Since preseason. He really didn't get any preseason snaps. I think in the one time that he did play for that one day, he was horrible, because of the ankle. I mean, the calf. So, calves pretty much lead to Achilles, That's neither here nor there. Russell's getting paid, and they only pay Russell $1, so they're still making out good. The Steelers. And let's see who else. We have DeForest Buckner. He has an ankle. Vita Vea has a knee. I think he was carted off, so he's out indefinitely. I'm just decided to do this real quick, so I didn't even really pull up a lot of extensive notes. But so now with the Los Angeles Rams, they have 2 key players that are out. There's Cooper Kupp, he's out indefinitely from an ankle, and Puka, he's out indefinitely with a knee. So they're both out. They're both on IR. That's crazy. But like I said, it's always the players that play really, really hard. I was talking about Kyle Hamilton earlier on the Ravens video because they play hard. They just play, and the ones that play hard, like Debo Samuels, they always wind up injured because that's just how they play. And they throw caution to the wind and they go after the ball. See ball, get ball. That mentality, and more oftentimes than not, that mentality will get you hurt. So but they're young and strong and they can recover real fast. That's what I heard. So they so the so Matthew Stafford is going to be out to two of his favorite targets, wide receiver one and wide receiver two. And so let's see who else. Isaiah Pacheco, he has a fractured fibula. So he's going to be out indefinitely. They say a couple of weeks, but it's indefinitely. So, and also with the Kansas City Chiefs is Hollywood Brown. He's out for the year because that tear wound up being major, more major than they thought. Did I say that right? More majorer. But yeah, so he's out for the season. So that's it for his first year as a Kansas City Chief. He was injured during preseason. It's like you don't really know when they talk about play him during the preseason, don't play him during the preseason. They might get hurt. It's like it's 100% injury rate in the NFL. Either you're gonna get hurt during preseason or you're gonna get hurt during the season. But sometimes people don't. But somebody's gonna always get hurt, and I don't know. It's a judgment call. It's a judgment call. But and then the Chiefs, it's another Raheem Mostert. No, not Raheem Mostert. He doesn't play with the Chiefs, but he is injured. The Chiefs had a running back that's out for the season, I think, or for at least the first 6 or 7 weeks. But he was out during the first game. No, he didn't even make the first game, so he was out during preseason. I forgot his name. So Pacheco is out and he is out, but they just signed Kareem Hunt. So they drafted Kareem Hunt, by the way, but so he's with them, and they might sign another running back. So that's that on that. And who's out on a week to week thing is AJ Brown. He has a hammy. I said Debo already, but Debo's not out indefinitely, but I did mention him in the indefinitely category along with his teammate. But Debo is out. He's week to week with a calf. T. Higgins has a hammy, or he just has a hammy because he wants to get paid without being penalized. Jordan Love has a knee, but they did say he was at practice today. I don't know to what extent, but he definitely was there. I guess Malik Willis plays so good, he probably said, let me get my ass back on the field. But no, he's gonna be QB1. They paid him all that money. And Joe Mixon has an ankle. Raheem Mostert has a chest, and Justin Jefferson has a something or another. I just saw him hobbling off down the tunnel, so I'm not sure what he had. But I did notice it was a lot of players with injuries, and it was just crazy. I'm like, wow, it's like superstar players are falling. So shout out to them. I wish them all a speedy recovery, and I wish all the teams that are versing them to take advantage of the injuries.